All right, hey, what's up guys? J Max from 4610 here. Hey, if you haven't seen my last pattern testing video, please go back and watch that so you understand what this right here is about. But this is my new turkey gun for the year. This is a Stevens M301 20 gauge. I have topped it with a Bushnell 250 red dot sight. I have it fully dipped in Osseo gear camo. This is Osseo. And I dipped the whole entire gun pretty much except for the receiver because they were mad at me because I didn't take it apart, but whatever. I have added a shot cam to it this year so I don't miss my shots. Hopefully this will help capture in case a battery dies or something like it did in Florida last year. So I've got a shot cam attached to the barrel. And this is the way I like to set my single shots up with. You need to have extra shells on you. So I take a full size shell holder and I cut it down, burn it, and slide it in on the end of my gun and make it only a 3 holder because I don't want a whole lot of shells in my gun. I don't need all that. So I got 3 20 gauge shells right here. The shells I have elected to shoot for the most part this year are a friend of mine that he makes. We call this a 4610 shell. If you're interested, hit me up. I'll see if I can get you some. But they're custom hand loaded, number 9s, ounce and 5/8. Not going to go into the powder and all that stuff because it's crazy how it all changes. But 20 gauge number 9 shot. My sling is a custom sling. I don't like the little swivels and stuff clanging around. So I have a custom sling built by Ryan Lewis that works with me at my store and selling all this stuff and shipping all my stuff out and helped me with all my episodes this past year. His son Elijah makes these. I have turkey totes in my store that have this same leather strap on them, and it's kind of the same thing. These are wider straps, and I've sewn this piece in there so it sits right on my shoulder just like so. So I'm gonna have this as my strap this year. Elijah has told me that he will make you guys one if you want one. They're gonna be about 40 bucks because it takes him about 3 hours to build one of these things. But I love the way it works. It's super lightweight, kind of matches my gun a little bit, but that's my setup. So choke wise, chokes, targets, you've got to go back and watch the episode if you haven't seen it on the patterning so you understand what's happening here. I have knocked it down to 3 different chokes. We have the Pattern Master 562, which is in my gun right now. That's a Code Black Pattern Master 562. We have a Sumtoy 562, and don't forget Sumtoy William down in South Georgia has made my low mount on my Stevens M301, so I don't have the really high one anymore. So it gets your cheek down on the gun instead of up here like this, like a custom mount would be. So William makes one that gets it on down where it needs to be. That's right, dead perfect for me. So he makes that. He makes the Sumtoy chokes. This is a 562 Sumtoy. And then last but not least, we have Indian Creek. So I got an Indian Creek, and this is a 562. So I think all of my, well, this is a 565. The code Black is a 565. These are 562s. So what I've done is I selected, I narrowed it down to these 3 chokes. I have 3 shells. I'm gonna shoot 1 of each one. This is again at 40 yards, and you can see down on the bottom, I have a pink poster board down there. I'm hoping it shows up better than the white. I got in trouble with some of you guys talking about my white poster board and you couldn't see the pellets real good. I'll try better. We're gonna try pink. If that doesn't work, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. So let's get to it. I'm gonna shoot all 3 chokes. I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna show you the patterns real close, and I'm gonna make a choice on which choke I'm shooting this year. So let's go. Chair fell apart. All right, Pattern Master's down. All right guys, so here is my Pattern Master 562. That's, I hope you guys can see that. I'm gonna hold it just still for a second. You can see it's got a super tight core right here, which is what we were looking for. And then you got pellets around the outside edge. If the bird's head is here, you killed him. If it's here, you killed him. If it's here, you killed him. 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 You got a whole foot of room for error. So hopefully you guys can see. Pattern Master 562. Indian Creek 562. Yes, I'm being a pansy and putting this on my shoulder. I don't care, y'all pick all you want. This thing's kick, man. Love pulling the hammer back. All right, here we go. Indian Creek 562. Try to get in that light right there, I think's best. Same thing, got a very tight core. It doesn't look as tight for some reason. And then a nice surrounding wall on the outside. All right, we'll get these back and get them counted up. All right, some toy 562. Love that smell. All right, let's see what we got. All right, and here is, let me get my shadow out of the way. Here's some toy 562. Threw them around a little bit. It's not near as tight as I was really hoping it would be. It definitely doesn't have that surround like I was hoping. It's got a core. It's got a little tight right here, but then everything else just kind of falls apart. So heck, I don't know. We'll get them counted up and see what we got. Right now it looks like the Pattern Master, but Indian Creek not. Actually, Indian Creek looks pretty good too. So okay, real quick guys, before we get into this pellet count, I'm back at the house here and I've got everything counted up. I know which choke I'm going to shoot. I know which shell I'm going to shoot. And I wanted to make sure you guys knew about my store, 4610productions.com. You can go there to pick up shotgun slings, turkey totes. Don't have any hats right now. New t-shirts, got some turkey tracks on the back. And most importantly, all of my mouth calls are fully, well, they will be fully restocked on Friday, but there's still plenty in there right now. There's 4 different mouth calls you can get. I custom built every one of them. Had a buddy of mine that built every one of them. Well, I designed them, he built them. And then we're putting them on the website, and that's what I'll kill all my birds with this year. I've got Florida coming up this coming weekend, and then we were head to, let's see, Florida, over to Alabama, back down to Georgia, up to possibly Tennessee, Kentucky, definitely Illinois, maybe catching Indiana on the way down, and then over to New Mexico with David and Jordan, my guy trip, and then hopefully we're gonna finish up on the northeastern coast, New Hampshire and Maine with my wife, because she's dying to get some of that lobster. So, all right, let's get into the pellet count. Let's go. And I want to reiterate again, there's a lot of factors that go into patterning a shotgun. First of all, most important, you need to make sure that your shotgun is sighted in. If you got a red dot, make sure you go sighted in, move the dot. I had to move this today several inches to get it right where I wanted it at the end. I ended up shooting the gun 5 times. I shot the last shot with the choke that I felt like was the better one, taking a gamble before I counted them, and it came really close. But today, it's cooler today. It's like 60 degrees. It was cold last night. It's supposed to be 30 tonight. Those factors make a difference. I was talking to my buddy Aaron, and he was talking about you know, powder, primer. Sometimes a batch of shot can make a difference. He was saying that you can buy a batch of this TSS and the ounce per load can change. I don't know why, but he said there could be more pellets in an ounce than others. I don't understand it all. I'm not even trying to get scientific about it, but there are factors. The weather can definitely have an impact on it. We might have had different patterns today because of that. They're pretty close, they're not far off. But there again, today I shot the Some Toy 562, Indian Creek 565, and Pattern Master 562. Here are the final results. Also, dirty barrel, clean barrel. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do. So, but all the chokes were great. All the shells I've shot have been great. I was happy with Blake Rice's TSS out of Augusta, Georgia. He did a great job. I may even kill a few birds with him this year. But I'm gonna shoot the hand loads to start with, and then we'll go from there. Here's the targets. This is the back side of the targets. Now, from the back side, we'll call this target number 1. This is the back side. Do you think that one had the best pattern? This guy had the best pattern? Or this guy? And we'll call that 1, 2, and 3. This is number 3 I'm holding up here. I don't forget, I got them mixed up. But standing up here on top of them, looking down, I know it's hard to see pink, white, green, yellow, blue. I don't care what paper I got, it's hard to see them. And I don't like those turkey targets that splatter when you hit them, because it makes it look even worse to me. It's much easier to count pellet holes and poster board from the dollar store than it is anything else. So I like that pattern and that pattern the most, for sure. So we're gonna kick this guy out right here. Okay, so then it came down between these two right here. Both of these patterns are tit for tat. They are both really good patterns. They're tight cores with surrounding pellets on the outside. So let's flip them over. Which one got the best pellet count? There's a Pattern Master 562 with 354 pellets, and your Indian Creek 565 with 340 pellets. So there are your final results. Either one of these two chokes are unreal with the shells that I'm shooting. Pretty much any ounce and 5/8 number 9. These shells are awesome. You can't go wrong with these chokes at all. So I did shoot this one last. I drew me a dot on there and I shot it, and you can see my dot is a pinch. I shot a pinch low and left. So I have moved it 1 click up, 1 click right. So now I should be dead center. And no, I was not going to waste another shot to make sure it was dead centered, even though that sounds crazy, but it's $10 a shot. So yeah. All right, guys, so we're going this year, Pattern Master 562 and ounce and 5/8 number 9s. Let's go, y'all.